What's up? What's up?
Hello.
All right, yo. Well, in case you don't know, my name is Stephen Samuel, and it's my boy Dave over there. And we've been reading comic books since we were at least 4, maybe 5 years old, and now we in our 50s or whatever, and we just chilling, and we still reading comics and watching the movies and all of that stuff. What's going on, D?
I'm hanging in there, brother. You know. You 50? Are you already 50?
Nah, I turned 50 in September.
Bang, bang. I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, man. How
Yeah,
old?
man.
Yeah, I always confuse you. What are you, 52 or 53?
50,
61.
50. I'm like Captain America and shit. I'm like 78. No, I'm 51. I turned
Okay,
50,
okay.
I turned 51 in February.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, man. So, tonight was the last episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes, sir.
6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And D, one of the things that I've always liked about you is that you and I always talk about how many episodes people can go for. And it's just like, like Netflix be like too long, CW's too long. What'd you think about this size?
This could have done 8. This could have done 8 because it was so well written.
Right.
But hey, they got to the point in each episode. They got to the point. It was like boom, we're done. We're done. No extra. Like in Daredevil, they started doing like side characters and giving them 3 episodes each, and it's like, come on, man.
Right, exactly.
Come on, let's get to the meat and potatoes, yo. I'm eat the hamburger. I'm done. I don't need the backstory on how the hot sauce was made. You know, like
Exactly.
get right to it. But it was so
Yeah.
well written. I was like, dang, I could have seen an Isaiah Bradley's flashback.
Mhm.
I could have seen maybe a little bit more. What's her name? Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
Maybe not a whole episode, not a whole episode. Because
Mhm.
people saying that they want they want to see Isaiah Bradley shit now.
Right.
I
Hold it.
I,
You
lo-
know
I
what? Hold it. Your boy Zeke is coming in. Let me throw Zeke up in the room.
good. Boom.
What
Rewind it.
up, Zeke?
What up?
All right.
What up? I got on the crazy Myrtle Beach shirt on for whatever random reason.
Got you.
It's the
Going
real
on.
power broker. Who's the real power broker?
Man, oh man. So, Zeke, introduce yourself because I don't know your last name. I never knew it.
Zeke Springer, like Jerry Springer.
Got you.
I've been in video business since 1990. Been
Really?
in television and video since 1990.
Yes.
In production, post-production.
Okay, wow.
And
Learn
I've been
something.
A&E Network and Lifetime Television for the past this November will make 20 years.
Wow. Yeah, that's to be saluted, man. That's a long time. You know what I'm saying? So,
Thank you.
all right. So we were just talking about the length of episodes that DC is doing. And did you feel that 6 was enough for Winter Soldier?
Marvel.
Right.
Okay.
Marvel.
Well, you know what? I thought it was short and sweet. I thought 6 definitely made for tighter storytelling. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I mean, would I've liked to have seen 8? Oh, definitely. Because
That's my number.
These days with streaming services, 8 seems to be the sweet spot.
Okay.
Basically, but if it's bad stories, do we want to see 8? We got what, 13 episodes or 10 episodes of terrible Iron Fist. So, but we got 10 episodes of a good season 1 and a good season 3 of Daredevil.
Right.
So it depends on the skill set. Some people can do 8, some people can do 10, some cannot. These guys could do 6, and I thought they nailed 6 really well.
Yeah, true indeed. True indeed. All right, so everybody else in the world is probably going to be covering, the typical Falcon and the Winter Soldier Easter eggs and things you didn't catch and all of that stuff. I figured we would talk about the blacker moments of, of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because I'm not sure if people really get everything. Like if you watch it and you're not like, you don't have some color in your family, you probably be like, oh, I didn't get that reference or that joke or whatever.
Right.
And I like to shout out Malcolm Gladwell for such a great piece. He used to write for Empire.
Oh.
And
oh wow.
Yeah, he's done.
Malcolm Spellman. Malcolm
Spellman. Yes, thank you. I'm thinking about the book. I'm thinking about the author.
The author, yeah, Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah, so he did a great job. He was also in Hip Hop Uncovered, and he was talking about the connection between Queens and Supreme, and a lot of hip hop gangster stuff or whatever. Right. So that was pretty good. All right, so I guess I didn't really, I just finished watching episode 6. So
do you finish it? Do you finish 60?
Yeah, I finished.
All right, good.
That's the only way this was gonna work,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I saw 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let me let you people know out there right now, if you did not finish it or whatever, you were about to talk about some spoilers and whatnot. So you might want to leave the room and watch it and then come back.
Pause. Watch. Come back.
Exactly. All right. So, any particular moment stand out for you at the top, Dave?
Blackest parts. Damn, I had it in my head when you first asked me. One of the things was when Isaiah Bradley and Sam were discussing this. I think the second meeting, when he was like, "Let me understand, what your story is," and Bradley was just angry. He's just angry, one shot angry,
right?
And Sam presented it like, well, Steve didn't do this to you, and Isaiah was still like, stuck on like, yo, man, this mental is tainted, and you need to really think about what you're doing as a black man taking on this mantle,
Right.
And they didn't get resolved until the last episode, and they discussed it like when Sam discussed it with his sister, and she was like, you're not going to let this man shape your future on how you want to take on the mantle, and the guy, but Isaiah had points, like points that we all resonated emotionally with black folks, like, oh come on now, that's they want a white man, they obviously want a white man,
and I like that they didn't portray it that he was just some angry black man. It was just like, yeah, he's angry, and he deserves to be angry.
Right. He has a reason. He has a reason. He was, tortured and jailed and experimented on for 30 years. So they presented that point, and they still. I was scared, and they resolved it in the last episode. So,
right.
As far as blackness, it was like it wasn't a surface black. It was like the fine line that we all walk along, discussing how we are in this country, our contributions. Do we serve? When you serve, you're still serving, you're still proud to be black, but you're still serving the country. Right. And how does that apply to you, and how do you take that cause and make it your own? And he told Carly, like, I'm trying something different. I'm not just trying to be Steve. Right.
Exactly. Not trying to be, trying to do something different. I like the moment near the end of in this episode when Falcon went back to visit Isaiah Bradley, and and what's funny is that his Isaiah Bradley's grandson is Patriot. That kid becomes Patriot. I don't know if they're gonna go that route, but that would be cool if they did.
They have to. I mean, what they made me mad. They didn't hint at it at all. They didn't hint at it at all.
No.
They didn't
He
hint
was
at
like,
it.
can I join you? I'll come back and train you. And no, like, you need to learn some manners. Maybe I don't know. It was.
Oh, there you go. That's your connection right there.
Maybe.
Let me.
And I like that because you had the three generations right there. You had Isaiah Bradley who understands Jim Crow, who understands the hot times, the really brutal times of American history towards Black people. You got Sam Wilson, who is like in this position of a person who is in a time of racial reckoning, and then you've got Isaiah Bradley's grandson, who is the future. I thought that, and then he brings them to the Captain America exhibit, and we get the statue of Isaiah Bradley. Even though I would like to have known what the statue said. How does the statue explain him? We don't get. We just get him as a war hero, maybe who fought with Captain America, but we're not getting that he for a moment in time he fought as Captain America, which got him in trouble.
Right.
I saw YouTube, but I saw you real fast. I saw YouTube where they did freeze the frame with the words, and they read it, and they said, Korean War. He fought as a super soldier, but they never said he was Captain America.
Right?
Got you. So let me take two things from the comments. This one's from YouTube. This is Joanne Hill. She says, I agree. They brought some real blackness to the screen, discussing a Black man's pain. Thank you, Joanne. I think they did a really good job of expressing especially the generations. You know what I'm saying? Like one is angry, one is just totally all the way this way, and the other one is all the way this way.
And I wouldn't even say that Sam is all the way that way. I
think he's in the middle.
He's in the middle.
He said, I'm from the South. I get it.
And I like the fact that he understood that where Isaiah was coming from.
Yes. That's why he went there. He's like, I need to know. Like, I don't want to just be like, fuck you. I'm gonna do my thing.
Angry.
Right. All right. So we got to bring it back because some people don't know what we're talking about. Felicia Palmer, she's way in the back somewhere, and she's saying, what's the topic? So today's topic is about some of the Blacker moments in the Falcon and Winter Soldier that some people may or may not have picked up on.
Right.
So let me see. I made a list, actually. I think the easiest one was Sam not being able to get a loan. It's
get what?
Get a loan.
Yeah, get a loan for his sisters and the fishing business. Knowing that even that the banker knew that he was Sam Wilson, the Falcon, current Avenger, that it was just like, no, sorry, no.
Exactly.
And what could he go back after what happened on TV? Could he go back and get one again? Sorry, So
I thought that was America. I thought that was pretty interesting, though, that these people this man puts his life on the line. I mean, he's not just fighting terrorists. I mean, he's fighting aliens, and he doesn't get a steady check from somebody, the government.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's all private funding,
Exactly.
True. Yeah, it's somehow it's privately funded. I guess was Tony Stark paying? I wonder.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I have a superpower, trust me, you're gonna be paying. Yeah. You need to save a cat in the tree, you better cash at me.
That's that Luke Cage shit. Luke Cage is the one who changed that paradigm in the comics. He was like, yo.
changed that paradigm. Booster Gold changed that paradigm.
Yes.
It's like you think of me as a hero, then hey, I'll be your corporate here. You can sponsor me. I have sponsorship.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, I'm gonna sell my dolls. I'm gonna sell
Yeah.
dolls of myself to fund me. You know.
I need to sell these action figures. Like, hey, you want a replica Legionnaire's flight ring? Hey, we can make a deal here. I always loved that about Booster Gold and Luke Cage. It's just like I gotta eat.
No, man, it's rough out here for a superhero, man. These
Right?
tights cost money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
gadgets cost money.
All right, Zeke, did you have a moment?
Oh, well, no, my moment was the three generations coming together. That was my
Okay.
That was my that was my blackest moment when three generations of black people, basically kind of mentoring each other in a very
Right.
subtle way. Isaiah mentoring Sam, and Isaiah's grandson getting to see, grown black men,
Right.
be proud of themselves and stand tall.
Right. Oh, Joanne is back with another comment, and she's saying, let's see, what does she say? She liked the part, I guess she liked the part about them helping with the boat and the friends giving in and giving in that free time. That's that real blackness. Definitely so. I think that what was nice was the ending at the when they all on the pier and the boat is all finished or whatever. That just gave me like a really good feel good moment. Like, all right, felt like there was somebody playing spades in the background somewhere on that set.
I wish they showed them on the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, show them on the boat just chilling.
Yeah, like the boat was finally like that was the symbol of like them fixing the whole family. And that I wish they would on the boat party and or just like take the boat off for a ride as a we got it done.
Right. Well, hopefully by the next show they'll have it up and running.
Yeah. So I think it's a fishing boat where they go get crabs and they sell it to the community.
Oh, yeah.
Right. All right. So let's talk about I think the illest moment was episode 4 where the Dora Milaje fought Zemo and fake Cap and fake Battlestar. Bucky.
Yeah. Well, they never went the Bucky route with Lamar in the show, which I get it. This is about Winter Soldier. This is about Falcon. But what was cool in the comics, Battlestar had an evolution in the comics, and it's unfortunate that they killed this character off, that they couldn't go through his evolution that he went through the comics, because what was it? He started off with a group called the Buckies, and then like the other two Buckies left, and he was the lone Bucky, and he's running around with John Walker calling himself Bucky. And then an old black man pulls Lamar aside and basically schools him like, as a black man, you shouldn't call yourself Bucky. And here's why. It's a derogatory term, young male slaves are called
young bucks.
And so he was just like, and that's how he get the name Battlestar. He wanted the more proud, patriotic name, and he came up with Battlestar. Here, they bypassed all that. He's Battlestar out the gate. I get it. This wasn't a John Walker and Lamar. I forget Lamar's last name. This wasn't a John
Hollins, maybe Hollins, or something like that. Lamar Hollins,
something like that, or Hollins, like that. And yeah, it's not that show, so I get it. So they just skipped straight.
6 episodes.
Yeah, 6 episodes.
Yeah, keep it nice and simple.
10 episodes could have been able to get into it.
Right.
But that would have been an interesting thing to see. To give Lamar a little bit more to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Because he was John Walker's moral compass. You know.
Yes.
Yes.
You know.
Especially in the show, more so even than the comic, actually.
Oh yeah, the show. I'm saying the show. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And the John Walker in the comics is a fucking asshole. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
What's an asshole in the comic?
Yeah, but they gave Lamar that, like, all right, like, yo, you know, I got you, you know, you think about it, you know, like he'd ask Lamar, he'd be asking Lamar, like, what do you think we should do, you know?
Yeah, he asked Lamar what he should do about the super soldier serum,
right? You know, and
let's
Lamar talked to it, you know, there's almost a magic Negro aspect to it, though, you know,
a little,
right? Yeah.
A little bit.
But
yeah, no, I've seen much worse magical Negro moments in movies and shows.
Yeah. Lamar played a good role in it, and like when he died, I was like, I was like, yo, get him.
Yeah,
get him.
When he showed up, when John Walker showed up at the conference this episode, I was like, oh my goodness, they are gonna get messed up. The Flag Smashers. I was sorry for them because it was just like, it's not gonna be pretty for y'all. Not at all.
But you know, I don't want to glance over this moment when the Dori Milaje had to handle Captain America. I mean, they handled his shield better than he could. Yep. I don't know if you noticed, but when he fought the Wakandans, he had his shield the entire fight. He never was able to swing it. Everything was like he didn't know.
Defensive.
Right.
Yeah, defensive.
You could tell he clearly could not fight. He was not really ready, or he was scared. He was too scared to fight.
Well, no, they just shut him down because remember what John Walker said after they whooped that ass. He said, "I got beat by women without the super soldier serum."
Right. And that reminded me of just, you know, you look at the president, you know, the vice president, you know, Kamala. And oh my goodness, I'm so mad I can't remember this lady's name in Georgia, but how she galvanized. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the black woman, like, yo, he's coming with us, and if you getting in our way, we gonna go through you. It didn't matter. It didn't matter whether it was Falcon, Winter Soldier, Zemo. It was going to walk off with Zemo. The only thing that made me mad was that he was able to escape. I was shocked that they didn't catch that or whatever.
He said, didn't Bucky say, like, you rather tussle with Bucky than them?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, don't mess with them, man. They're like they protect Black Panther. Like what you like you don't know what you get yourself into.
What are you gonna do?
She threw the spear. She threw that spear perfectly. And your man stood there for like seconds trying to get the shield because he can't fight. I'm like, I think I must have watched that thing 8 times. My kids were so mad at me, like, damn, why are you gonna watch this? I was like, because he really hid behind that shield the entire fight.
The shield was a crutch.
He's only like 2 months into the game, so you know that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened to Steve.
No.
Yo, when Ayo dropped his arm in the middle of the fight, she was like, click, 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 boom, and he was looking like, oh, word.
They've got a kill switch for my arm.
Like, boop, 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 boop.
Yes, Stacey Abrams, thank you, Joanne.
Abrams. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Oh, hold on. You know what's funny? I know. Okay, you probably can understand this. When you've trained your wife so hard in the MCU, that she's like, my wife throwing me questions in the middle of this. She want to be part of this so bad. When Ayo delivered Bucky from the spell and he cried, and I thought,
I cried.
Freed him. The black woman freed him. Freed that mind.
You didn't know what he was gonna do, and then you see that he's just like he gets up and he's good. He's just like, oh, okay, good. It's funny though what you talking about wives and you know and how they're coming up in through the MCU watching it with their nerd husbands.
Mm-hmm.
Wife was like, "There's no way Zemo gets away from the Dora Milaje. No way."
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes.
was proud.
He took it. He's nice, yo. He's nice. He's nice, man.
I was like, you don't understand Zemo. You don't know Zemo.
He beat the Avengers. He beat the Avengers.
Yes. He fights the Avengers by himself a lot of times, not with power, but with just strategy. So Zemo could do that. Zemo can get away from the Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
You know, I saw, you know, it was funny. There was a lot of memes going around on the internet, and there was one meme that said, "Isn't it strange how people are rooting for Zemo, but not Captain America?" Because Zemo was a pretty likable character at the end of the day.
Totally likable in it. Zemo
It's the actor. When they gave him, he's nice, yo. He's nice. That kid is nice.
He's nice, super smart. He's not coming at you. He's not like some, mustache.
Yeah.
He
Right.
comes at you with like just pure intelligence and strategy, and that's pretty much it. And now that he's in the raft,
Right.
They're gonna give him his own show. They're gonna give him his own show. They know it. You know.
I was watching. Was it Access Hollywood or Entertainment Tonight? One of those, and they were interviewing Daniel Bruhl, and they were just like, "Oh, what if they bring Zemo back?" And he was just like, "I'd love to come back." And he was just like, if you know the comics, you know, Zemo comes back, and he's got a team. He's got teams with him,
Right.
many times. So
There was
Thunderbolt possibilities. There's Masters of Evil possibilities. There's Dark
Avengers. Yep.
So it's
Thunderbolts.
Yep, Thunderbolts.
Yes.
And who's in charge of the raft? What character is in charge of the raft?
Mr. Thunderbolt Ross, who I think is the real power broker.
Yes. That's what I was hoping.
That's what I was hoping too. I was hoping that as well.
That's what I think. It's still out in the open because just because she dealt with Kylie and then Batroc was like, "Oh, you're the power broker." She stayed quiet.
Right, but she's talking. She's still talking to someone.
Bang.
Who is she talking to?
At times, it sounds like she's talking to the black woman in the car.
Right,
the girl, like her assistant, and then there's times she says like she's talking up to somebody. Yeah,
you know, talking to somebody. Exactly.
Now there's some theories out there. They're saying she's a Skrull. That's a Skrull.
Skrull, yeah, that Skrull lady.
I'm also kind of like, is she still working for Nick Fury on the low and double agent?
Well, I think if she was a Skrull, they would have revealed that.
I would think so. Yeah, I agree.
No, not necessarily. Because they gave you she was a good guy until the last episode, and then you go, oh shit, what the fuck happened? And then it ends.
Right, but that's how they ended WandaVision, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
They would have ended it with her being revealed.
So at the end of WandaVision, there was a Skrull that pulled it was a person that pulled Captain Marvel to the side at the end of the show and was like, "Come here," and then she transformed into a Skrull.
Oh, it was a CIA agent. And she transformed into the Skrull, and it turned
CIA.
Ah.
What you call it?
How did Sharon lead them to this fucking doctor if she had this plan to be like, what was the? I don't get it. I don't know.
Oh,
Sharon Carter is the Lois Lane of Captain America.
Yes.
She's the shit, yo.
Consider Sharon's history in the comics, and Sharon was manipulated for a long time by Dr. Faustus, a Hydra agent. So they could be getting into that now. Even though the Agent Carter TV series got into Dr. Faustus and he died.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Could there be another Dr. Faustus? Is that canon that that Dr. Faustus was on Agent Carter? I don't know. But if you know the comic, Dr. Faustus controls Sharon. He controls.
Right. So
So
I got to bring
and
this in.
So she's not like someone who's like, I'm a good guy, and all of a sudden she can't see her father, and she all of a sudden wants to destroy superheroes.
yeah,
Something ain't right, man. Something ain't right, man.
yes,
Something
something's
ain't
not
right.
right. Yeah. So I think there's somebody bigger than Sharon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see that they had they did a little cameo with, well, not cameo, full cameo. They did a little name drop with Smiling. What is it? Smiling Tiger in
Yeah,
episode 3.
super rare, dirty '90s hero that no one remembers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I even remember Smiling
No one,
Tiger.
no one read those comics.
Nah.
No one. I saw a YouTube about it. He's super disposable. You know.
Right. Well, there was one piece in there, and I was talking to my niece. Shout out to Amani Mitchell about episode number 3, and there was this part where Sam and Bucky and Zemo are on the bridge, walking into Matador, and Sam has to pretend to be Smiling Tiger,
Mm-hmm.
and he's complaining that he looks like a pimp. So, of course, I'm like, okay, they referencing the original Falcon Sam Wilson theory that he was a pimp or whatever. And then Zemo says, only an American would assume a fashion-forward black man looks like a pimp.
Yes, that's a great line.
That was great.
And I was
That's real, man.
Then that's real. That's real.
right.
Which
I
will
mean,
lead me into my next theory. But go on.
so what I felt was it just reminds me of just in real society, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to wear certain things because it might make you look a certain way,
Right.
and you avoid it, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, he's looking at this dude like, yo, you look fly. Like, like, why are you worried about what you're wearing? It's only in America that, if you got money, you looking like a pimp,
Yep.
but like in other countries, it's the norm.
It's no big.
He was wearing what like a fly African dandy guy wears.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole, you see the Beyonce videos, the Solange videos with the dandy African guys. They're just like super flamboyant. Like
Yeah.
it's not pimping. It's not
No,
pimping.
not at all. Not at all. But it's like very colorful suits. All like what's that designer, like Stacey Adams style, and
Mm-hmm.
and I forget which African countries it's in, but it's in like a few African countries, and it's just like this mindset, this style, and they're not pimping, they're not they're not drugging, they're not selling drugs,
No,
not on the
no,
boys.
it's not.
The style of like, I'm dressing fly, like every
Mm-hmm.
hanging out.
Dandies.
Right.
It's called
Yeah,
dandies. Dandies.
it's called dandy. It's called African
Dandies.
dandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all putting me up on something tonight. I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere.
Google that African
Yeah.
dandy and check out the images.
Okay.
Solange had a video with them dancing in out there.
Yes, and a lot of photographers are like going to like go and like find them and take pictures of them.
Yeah, they all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's I could be on here all night and whatnot. All right. So Zeke just dropped something. Go to Google, look up African dandy.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna
That's
learn something tonight.
tough. But yeah, it's like you said. Zemo was like, "What's the problem? I don't see a problem. Only in America is this a problem."
Right.
Right. And Zemo's, he's been around the world. He's got money. So for him, he's just like, what's the problem? Like,
Yeah.
come on, move on with your life.
What do you think about how they retconned Zemo for the show?
Good question. I didn't have a problem with it. I'm like, wait, so
Yeah,
in the original, he's just like a regular military guy.
Yeah.
And then they revealed that he had money. So what's the hitch there?
Yeah, well, he got money. He's got a title. He's got like a nobility title. He is Baron Zemo.
Right.
So whereas in Civil War he was just like whatever
A
helmet
regular guy, a regular soldier.
guy, yeah,
But,
regular.
but a high level soldier. He was a high level soldier.
Because he was like a lieutenant colonel or something like that.
Yeah, some black ops. It was black ops.
Yeah, cops, but other than that, that was like that he wasn't rich, he wasn't like a baron, nothing like that. Yeah. And I like that the show brought in more of his actual backstory from the comics. It's like he is a baron. I mean, Captain America, if you go back to the comics, Captain America fought his father, the previous Baron Zemo, during World War II.
Right.
The OG. Yep.
So they could have gotten into that since they're bringing in, the background from the comic book. So I dug it. That's a case where retconning totally worked.
Yes.
Yes. True indeed. I like that they didn't go with the purple costume and all of that stuff. It's just keep it, 2021.
They gave you the fur color.
They gave you the hat.
Gave you the mask one time.
What was the gold gun? He had a gold gun in the trunk. Is that part of his shit?
Good question. I don't remember.
I was like, oh man, do I need to look it up? Because I was like, wow, they focus on the gold gun. And I was like, oh man, that's some dirties. That's some dirty dirties. Yeah.
Have a gold gun. All right. No one's asked. Nothing particular concept, but Zemo does have a gun in the comics, but it isn't usually gold. He states weapons in his trunk were collected by my family, hinting at the fact that he's a legacy villain. So his father was the previous Baron Zemo. So they even hint at it. So that's cool. But he apparently, according to Google, he does not have a golden gun.
All right. Because they could have mentioned something like it would have kind of been like another chapter, but where Bucky was like, yeah, we faced Zemo in World War II,
Right. Or I faced your grandfather in
that would have been nice.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Unless he died, unless Bucky fell off that train before Steve met him in the last remaining years of the war,
Right. What did you guys think of the Captain America suit?
Party City Cap?
The one that Sam wore?
Party City. Oh, you're talking about Sam.
Sam's Captain America.
You didn't like the costume, Dave?
All right, let me keep it real. The body down was great. The white mask with the ears popping out. I'm like, you're telling me you fly at these velocities and your ears are popping out like that? Nah. The mask, the white mask with the black skin was like,
Well, in the comic, he's got like a full cowl, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's a full comic.
Yeah, it covers the ear. I think it covers the ear.
Ears and the top of his head. Yeah. And
but it was comic accurate. It was comic accurate. So
yeah. It was comic accurate. Yeah, I didn't mind it. I thought it was cool.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen worse costumes in a comic book movie, but the MCU they're doing the costumes justice. I feel.
One thing I wanted to see. There was no Wakandanness of the costume.
That's it. That was it.
That was my thing. It like you never saw like really if you had a Wakandan costume, you wouldn't need the shield to block regular bullets.
Right.
This is true.
Now it's not gonna be the same level as T'Challa's costume, but regular ass bullets, you should be like, get out of here.
Suit would have been made of vibranium.
Right. Now he didn't have no offensive weapons, which I would have loved to see. Fine, because they used it they gave him the shield, so you don't need to have that and have rocket launchers and fire
Right,
fire,
right.
fine. But he had
Check it out.
the double Red Wings.
Yes.
Okay. All
And
right.
I was
So
like,
here we got.
okay.
So this is Amani Mitchell,
Yeah.
and she says, he looks like Bird Person from Rick and Morty. And then it's not everything that looks good in the comics looks good in the film. That's why they changed the X-Men costume.
Yep.
No, the X-Men costume they changed because they were scared to do superhero costumes back in the
Yes.
late 90s. And
That
they went
was-
with all black leather. It's a different era.
They
Different
were
era.
afraid of doing their costumes. So
And the last one, she says, "You telling me Wakanda put some stars and stripes on a suit? Yeah, that's the truth."
but it's
They knew.
Captain America. They're not having
Yeah.
a Captain Wakanda.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't
And
know.
they fought. Steve went over there and let talk to T'Challa. T'Challa put Bucky underneath the ice and they saved Bucky. They're not like they don't have this like, oh, those are black people over there. Like, no, they know Steve, they know Bucky,
Right.
they know they're not dumb. They're not dumb. They're part of the
Yeah.
UN.
So they would. Yeah, now they're part of UN. Exactly.
Yeah, they know what it means. They know what it
I-
means to Sam. They watch the TV.
Iconography on the costume.
Yeah, I have a problem with it's too much white in the costume. That's my issue. That's my issue.
I think the blue could have been toned down a little bit.
And to me, the funny thing is, maybe it was the lighting, but John Walker's U.S. agent costume, it didn't. I don't know if it was my TV. Maybe it was my TV. The black didn't show up.
No, it didn't.
It was the sunlight in that room. It made it look gray. It made it look gray.
Gray.
Yeah, the way they lit it. The way they lit it didn't have that dark like, oh shit, yo.
Yeah, they should have reshot that because his costume didn't look black.
No, it looked charcoal.
Yeah, it looked charcoal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The lighting in that scene was off, and I'm like, you guys are professionals. You should have seen this.
Imani said the wings were red in the comics. Now they could have gone with. I thought about this. They could have gone with the holographic wings, or red metallic rings. But because they've developed his fighting style as his wings are physical and they can go into the ground, they can swipe you.
He can
I can understand why they went with physical wings instead of the Wakandan, the modern Wakanda wings, not the 70s Wakanda wings, but the modern Wakanda wings, where they're just like holographic, like the holographic shield that
like the holographic shield that John
Cap
Walker
had.
eventually gets. Steve has it, and then eventually John Walker gets the holographic shield. Yeah.
Right.
Too much. That's too much. It's too much. That's too much.
I wonder, will they give John Walker the holographic shield, since the shield he made got like all bent up?
that nigga made a shield out of an old iron. What the fuck was that?
Exactly.
He dude.
Made a shield out of stuff.
I told my son, that shield better. If a bullet comes at that shield, it better shatter, because
exactly.
I'm not hearing that.
They bent the shield up. It was just like clank. And they just left it there in the street.
I like that they showed that it was all dented up. Like, all right, your shit, you don't stop. Just stop.
Yeah,
just stop.
Yeah, that shield don't measure up. Sorry.
Exactly. So I think my final one that I had, and it's really not that big of a deal. It was when Carly, she calls up Sarah, Sam's sister, and she's like, "Hey, what's up? Just trying to see what's up with Sam, and try to get a feel to her." And then she's like, "Yeah, well, I want to make sure things are safe." And then she drops the whole bomb on him, on Sarah, like, "Yeah, so if that don't happen, maybe I'll just meet you over at the dock, you and child number 1 and child number 2." And I was like, "Whoa, that's a threat. That's a black mama gonna protect her kids, kill you." Like, and then she must have blacked on Sam, like, "Yo,
like,
why this Avengers shit?"
She called her immediately. Like, "Yo,
Yeah,
this bitch is up in my house. Like she's,
up in my business. Who this?
And yo, when Sam came
I,
through, he was like, Carlin, like, yo, where you at? You messing my
yeah.
situation up.
We doing this now. We doing this now. We
Yeah,
doing this now.
exactly.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
doing this now.
I like the progression and the evolution of Carly. It was very believable. It was like,
Carly should be in the Thunderbolts.
yeah,
They created a good villain. That's a
they
good
created
villain.
a really good villain, and I hate that like she died. Although we didn't see her,
No, we didn't see her die.
they didn't cover her up. They caught her off,
Took her
and
away.
it was Sharon said, "Oh, Carly's dead," when she called whoever she called. But yeah, he was a great villain, and I always had a soft spot for Flag Smasher in the comic, because Flag Smasher, his philosophy made you think.
Yeah,
right.
Made you think.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Someone said in YouTube that, like, in Captain America 1, First Avenger, Red Skull said, "I see a future with no borders," or
Right.
I see, something like that.
Something like that. He said something like that. So
remember, he went against the Nazis. He was like, I don't, I disagree.
Yeah,
What
like
does he disagree with?
Oh, what do they disagree with?
All right, Michael Thompson, let us know what you disagree with.
What is it you disagree with?
Or you know what? Michael Thompson said this earlier, so he's probably saying, I disagree. Carly was doing too much the entire series. I don't know.
What?
You know,
with what?
I guess with how much screen time she had.
Every great story has the great villain. You need to flesh out the villain.
You got to build that villain up. If you're going to tell a good story, you got to build that villain up.
I'm a little biased. I'm really into girls with like freckles. I don't know why.
She was cute, man. She was cute. Come on, she's cute.
Okay, here goes Mike. Michael says she wasn't convincing. It felt like her followers didn't believe in her. Why should we? You know what, Michael? I will say this. I think near the end when she was talking about like blowing people up and stuff, I think that's when the followers was kind of like, I don't really sign
we're
up
not in for that. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, Michael. I got to disagree. That's realistic. That happens in organizations like that all the time, where leader is very charismatic, brings you in. Oh, we're gonna do great things, and then the leader's just like, yeah,
drink some Kool-Aid. Drink some of this Kool-Aid.
And you know what? It's really when people started dying. It wasn't just that she blew up the building. It's when homie got his neck, got crushed with the shield. I guess they was like, even when she said, we're gonna do this to the death, and they would looked at each other like,
that wasn't the original plan. That wasn't the original plan.
And then, but you know what? It calls back to Captain America and First Avenger when the dude was like he killed the 3 dudes on the spot. He turned around, and everybody was like, "Hair Hydra!" Like, yo, you gonna fall in line or what? You know what I'm saying? For them, they fell in line, and for Carly, they fell out of line. Like, nah, man, not down.
And even with Jim Jones, when Jim Jones got 900 or so people to drink cyanide-laced Kool-Aid, there were about 50 people who were like, this is some bullshit. There was still 50 people out of the 1,000 people. Well, that's the thing. That's the problem. That's the point, Michael. She is supposed to start to go off the rails. That's the point. She's supposed to go off the rails.
And they gave you enough within six episodes. They gave you enough where when Sam talked to her, he was like, "Yo, A, B, C." She was like D, E, F. She was like she like he was like, "Come on, you crazy?" And she was like,
when they were talking,
there was a moment
where she was kind of conceding, like, yeah, you're kind of right, and he was.
But I'm gonna stick to my coat, my she's a kid, so she doesn't see the black and white. She sees it in black and white.
Right, and that's the point. The whole point of Flag Smasher in the show, in the comic, Flag Smasher is a character who is, you ask the question to the viewer, you, Michael, do the ends justify the means? That's the whole point of that character. Nothing else. You know, don't.
Oh, wait, here's something. Tracy Davis says that Carly couldn't think straight due to the super.
I disagree.
And what did Battlestar say about the super soldier serum?
Right.
Battlestar said maybe the super soldier serum makes what's in you more.
Yes.
Yeah. They hinted towards this in the last episode with Walker shaking his head like
Right.
But they never showed her going like, I have problems biologically that affects her mentality. She said she was supposed she's Captain America in a different form.
Hey, exactly.
That's all.
Mhm.
No.
And as long as Marvel
because
doesn't
they established Super Soldier. This guy, the Nagel guy, the new doctor, made a new soldier that the serum didn't have any side effects like that.
Exactly.
So none of them were crazy.
Yeah, none of them are crazy like the super soldiers that we met in Captain America: Civil War.
And they also established that Steve, they say only Steve was the one that came out clean.
Right.
But this guy got to the point where he got it clean again.
Right. Said Steve had a strong moral center, and that's why the super soldier serum worked so well within him. And same thing with Isaiah Bradley. That's why it worked so well within him, because there's two men with strong moral centers. Now, Carly, there is a moral center there, but it gets skewed.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, not that it gets skewed. Carly always has. She has a strong moral center, but she believes the ends justify the means. So that skews it. So that just right.
And
there.
that was the dynamic between her and Sam. That was the whole tension between her and Sam. Like,
meanwhile,
you're doing the right thing. You're doing it the wrong way.
Right, exactly. And with John Walker doesn't have a strong moral center. That's
right.
Because he doesn't have a strong moral center, Tracy. That's the point. That's the point.
It's not really the serum, it's yourself.
Yeah, not the serum, it's who you are.
Yeah, that was a good piece though. And I'm glad it's over. I'll be honest, I was not going to watch it immediately because well, you know what? I liked WandaVision a lot. I just was like, I didn't want to jinx it. Like, well, is it gonna be as good? But I think
way better.
And I love WandaVision. I love WandaVision.
WandaVision was great.
This exceeded WandaVision.
Shit, yes, this exceeded some of the movies.
Oh yeah. This is up there with
the Soldier.
Yeah. Oh, right up there with Winter Soldier. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
You want to talk about? Let's go back to the topic. The black shit. His speech to the senator.
Yes.
Come on, dude.
It was great.
He went right. Like I felt like it was like when Steve talked to the SHIELD agents on the intercom. Was like, I know you're in here. I know Hydra's here. And Sam was like, did you do that on the top of your head? And then they're like, whatever. And Sam just has it. Sam has it. Has it. He has it. You want to call it whatever it is. He has it. And he's Lamar. He's almost Lamar to Steve. Like,
right.
Right? And there's points where he'd be like, yo, Steve, what you doing? Well, it's my friend. Like, yo, your friend is crazy. Right? And Sam just got it. He got it. He's like, they're making him into he's more Captain America than Captain America sometimes.
Exactly. Oh, it did. It definitely the writing.
Isaiah was like, you special.
Yeah. Isaiah
that made me proud, man.
It's top notch. And the writing didn't shy away from from the issues. Then
No.
you've got knuckleheads online who are like, this show is woke. And I'm like, well, first of all, shut up. This show, it's not even about being woke, this show. The show is trying to have, Batwoman is about being woke.
Yes. That's
This-
lazy. That's lazy criticism.
Right. That's lazy writing. It's lazy. It's lazy inclusivity. This show, Falcon and Winter Soldier, it was talking about the issues in an honest, open way. And
It gave you the angry black man, and it gave you the more like you said, like the inclusive black man.
Yeah, it gave you the full spectrum of blackness and how people feel about the issues and race. It gave you the full spectrum of it. And do you know if the writers are black or people of color? I don't know. Is Malcolm Spellman?
Yes, Malcolm Spellman is black.
He is black. Okay, so that's why it came correct. Whereas with Batwoman, they're just like, oh, let's talk about black issues and homosexual and gay issues.
Yes.
Like, whereas Greg Berlanti is gay, but I'm like, Greg Berlanti's not writing towards the gay issues that Katie Kane was facing. Like, if Greg Berlanti was the showrunner of Batwoman, you would have probably had a more honest, more definitely on the her being gay side. You would have definitely had a more honest and intelligent portrayal of that. Where it's just like it's woke nonsense over there. That way, even more so now.
Right. Well, you know what? It's rare that you can. I do like the way that the MCU is building off of like real life. I mean, I think that's always been one of their specialties. Not to downplay DC, I just don't like that Metropolis in Gotham City. I just don't know where they are.
Watch
Superman Lois.
Superman Lois. Watch
Superman Lois.
I've kind of given up on DC a little bit. It's
I understand. Understandable.
I get it.
Yeah, let Superman Lois finish and binge it, and you'd be like, okay.
Well. First 5, you could binge the first 5 episodes because they're on hiatus right now. They're doing 5 episodes, taking a break, and then they're doing another 5 episodes.
All right, that's why I couldn't. That's why I was like, what's going on? All right.
You can easily download the CW app and watch the first 5 episodes.
I was gonna say the blackest show on the CW network is All American. I don't know if you guys
I
watched that.
2 episodes.
I'm always amazed at the topics that they cover, because I'm used to CW really just not touching certain subjects. So I'm really shocked that they actually they got somebody in that writers' room like really doing some decent work.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's
you
up.
Know.
But if you watch Supergirl does racism, and homosexuality,
But yeah, they were starting to become like every show, and after a while, it's just like, can we talk about the superpowers again? Like, after a while, it's just like, I mean, because it's like Malcolm, what's this guy, Michael B. Jordan? He did that show on Netflix, Raising Dion.
Right.
Every episode was like, be nice to disabled people. Be nice to this. It's like you're trying to, everything has a moral. I was like,
woke.
Yeah, you can slide it in there. I think there's a way to work it in there.
Gotta work it in there.
Black Lightning did it well. Black Lightning did
do it pretty well, which is weird that they giving that kid a spinoff.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
What's his name? The kid that the poison needles. I forgot what his name.
Oh, they're giving it the muscle guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
It doesn't deserve that shit. They need to flesh out the girls.
They didn't touch on that at all on the show. Lost opportunity. a convo about race between Sam and Carly would have been valuable. Well,
I think they had it
well,
a little bit.
well, I feel that would have been too much hitting you over the head. They were just actually a group of people of color, and that was their fight. That
You know what? I think you got to see that when they got called in Central Park, wherever they were at New York. I saw like so many people like turn around and just start walking. I was like, oh, okay, this is like everybody. You know, you don't know who's down.
exactly, and their whole movement was we went into other countries. Why during the blip? Why should we? Why should we leave? Why should we be repatriated? So that was kind of like baked into it. I think anything more, it would have been like too obvious.
Right.
Well, there's a scene where she's talking to Sarah, and she says, "Sarah, you're a lot like me."
Right.
And that
Yes.
wasn't just her playing her. That was like, I think that was like, we're sisters to a degree.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's subtle. It's subtle.
Why,
It's not an over the head.
Right.
You know,
Why isn't your brother on my side?
bang,
But
bang.
I'm kind of sad that we get Flag Smasher and Batroc killed in the same episode.
Well,
yeah,
he got shot. He got shot.
So.
He did him up. He was done. He was done. He ran that actor ran his course.
Yeah.
Unless he's gonna be in the Thunderbolts. I don't see it.
I'm surprised that they brought him back not once but twice.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, yes. Black Lightning has fallen way off.
Yeah, it did.
That seems to be the way of the Arrowverse shows anyway.
Yeah. OCW, that shit is done.
They can only do three solid seasons, and then it's over.
Yep. Or you go like Legends of Tomorrow and just don't give no fuck.
What was the big blue thing? The big blue thing?
What was that? I didn't see that.
Don't worry about it. All right, I got a rant. Steve, I got a rant.
What's your rant?
All right. And I argued with these dudes online like years ago.
That's the first problem.
Steve comes out of Steve's jogging and he meets Sam, and Sam's like, "Yo, the Marvin Gaye album you need is Trouble Man."
Yeah. No.
No.
That's way wrong.
Let's get it on, or what's going on? It's what's going on. Let's get it on. It's too sexual. You're not gonna give that to somebody to let you know about the Black experience.
No.
So fine. Trouble Man, the song Trouble Man does work for the narrative. But the album is not like, I was arguing with dudes like, y'all don't like the album like that. No Black person has the album in their repertoire like that.
No.
And if
you're right.
If
I
you said,
don't own that one.
You said, yo, name me 3 Marvin Gaye albums, they would not be like Trouble Man.
Yeah, no. My dad did not have Trouble Man. My dad had What's Going On.
Right.
Man, only because I'm a Marvin Gaye fan. So now when they put this in the show, and he's like, Baron Zemo's like, yes, it reflects the African American experience. It's all instrumentals.
Yes.
It's a movie score.
Yes, basically.
And then a couple of songs, Life is a Gamble, Trouble Man. At Trouble Man, he performed that live. It's part of his repertoire. But nah, don't. So my conspiracy theory is that they wanted What's Going On, but the estate was like, nah, Disney, y'all not gonna fuck me. Like, you're not gonna recontextualize it for your own good. Go on, Zeke.
We're saving What's Going On for the Marvin Gaye biopic.
That could be something. You never know.
So
where, Jimi Hendrix biopic where no, you can't have any of Jimmy's music. Sorry.
Dang. You're gonna have the fourth and third. You can do the other albums, but not the main 2.
Yeah, not the.
So
to that one. We're saving that one.
So it's weird to me, like they use Marvin Gaye as this linchpin, as oh hey Bucky, You don't like Marvin Gaye, and it's like I like Marvin Gaye, but if you're using the Trouble Man album as the
Mm-hmm.
barometer, I'm like, that's in terms of this whole conversation of blackness. I'm like,
Right.
that's wrong blackness. That's wrong blackness. And
Yes, yes,
that's either a right writer going, let's supplement what's going on with Trouble Man, or you just somehow have to get Marvin Gaye in here as a symbol because it's he was a socially conscious artist in the
right,
'60s,
right.
Right.
and we were able to get Trouble Man, but really it's either Let's Get It On or another whole artist.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
That's interesting. Or could it just be lazy writing in Winter Soldier, and then it just had to like carry over to Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
which was now you've created a snowball where it's like, what are you guys
Yeah,
doing?
I don't
They
know.
could have dug
Black,
themselves out.
you don't hear Trouble Man at the picnic.
Yeah, I don't know if it's lazy writing. It just may be a case that the Russo brothers, these are
Thank
two
you,
white
Michael.
guys. The Russo brothers, maybe what's going on just does not resonate with them.
Stop it, Zeke. You know what's going on? It's like the Big Chill. It's like the fucking. It's the one. It's either what's going on. Let's get it on, or if you're like younger, Midnight Love with Sexual Healing. All you're
Right.
doing, the Big Chill stuff from I
Right.
Heard to the Grapevine. I Heard to the
Right
Grapevine.
there, you are preaching to the choir. You are preaching to the choir. I'm just trying to get into the heads of the Russo brothers. If like why would they choose Trouble Man? I don't know. I just
Because no one says you gotta see the Trouble Man album with Robert Hooks.
no.
It's Superfly and Shaft.
Exactly.
So come on now. That to me is like I always been like, what the fuck were they thinking? And
Yeah.
I'm a Marvin Gaye head, so I'm like I love Marvin Gaye. So it could have been Marvin Gaye Diana Ross album, but what?
I'm gonna ask the Googles why Trouble Man.
I just skimmed it myself just to see what was up. Michael
Come on,
Thompson.
you'll find nothing.
Yeah, it didn't really say other. It didn't say much other than it was Marvin Gaye's first album that he produced and wrote.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not relevant to the actual the story of the with the soldier.
There is on Medium.com. Someone has an essay on it. Why did Falcon recommend Trouble Man and Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
Thank you.
But I need an.
Please.
So
because all Marvin Gaye was doing was jumping on the bandwagon that Isaac Hayes and Curtis Mayfield jumped on because the money was being made there. James Brown did Payback, so the money was there to do. They just asked him to do some. He wasn't even here. He didn't sing on half the album. It's a throwaway album that happened to have one hit.
And this guy is saying, Dave, he's saying a lot of what you're saying. He says, he's like, it struck me as odd that he recommends Marvin Gaye's Trouble Man soundtrack. He says, I mean, the soundtrack is excellent, but it's mostly instrumentals. Why did Marvel want Captain America, who's been frozen for 70 years, to listen to Trouble Man, an album which is made up of instrumentals? It doesn't make sense. It's saying exactly what you're saying.
Come on.
And even more, a record for somebody to listen to that encapsulates everything missed over 70 years would be What's Going On or Here, My Dear.
Thank you. And Here, My Dear is questionable because that's about his divorce.
Yes.
So you're not going to catch up some 40s dude from World War II and be like, hey, this is what black people are going through. They're beating up their wife.
Exactly. No.
Come on.
Yeah, it's
Here, My Dear, probably arguably the greatest Marvin Gaye album, but that's not your generic like, hey, big chill white guy. You want to hear I Heard Through the Grapevine, the greatest hits of Marvin Gaye, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
And Amani is exactly what I'm finding. It's mainly like black people who are confused as to Why?
It's funny. I guess I let it slide because I know Marvin Gaye's collection more by visuals. Like it has the big. I remember vinyl. So it's just like
Right.
I'm thinking because in my head I was thinking, yo, what is Trouble Man? Which one is that? I know it's not the one with the painting, and I know it's not the one, where he's split in half with the red letters. I'm like, yeah, which one is that? So I guess you're right, Dave. You got every damn right to be upset.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Trouble Man has
Nah.
the beat. Trouble Man has the Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff song.
Oh, really? Touch of Jazz.
It's a breakbeat. It's a breakbeat.
The Trouble Man album cover I'm finding is half the album at the top is a picture of Marvin Gaye and his name, and underneath it is Trouble Man, and underneath
it's him sitting like this and shit.
Oh, it was a soundtrack.
Of Robert
Hook. It's a soundtrack, man. Come on. If the alien came down and said, "I want to know what Beyonce said," "Who's Beyonce?" You gonna give her the soundtrack to Dreamgirls?
No, no, not at all. Not at all.
I don't get it. I need some like subtle, like I need some Russo brothers like explanation on why they felt this is representative of what, because they doubled down on it by saying it's the Black experience, and I'm like, God, no. Versus like, yo, Sam, like Sam could have been like, yo, I'm Marvin Gaye head. You don't need you need to listen to What's Going On, Let's Get It On, Midnight Love. But yo, Trouble Man has like these subtle jazz, instrumentals, and Steve, it's just a good album.
Right.
It's just a good album. It's not some mirror of the Black experience. But they double down in the next movie in the TV show. Like, oh, it encapsulates the essence of the Black community.
They keep double downing on it.
Interesting. We'll have to find
out.
No,
Stevie Wonder would have been better. Stevie Wonder would have been better.
Oh yeah, definitely. Songs in the Key of Life.
Bang! Come on. You're killing me. It takes a Nation of Millions to hold us back or something. That would have been a little bit more aggressive. But Lauryn Hill's first album.
No, what if Falcon said, "Yo, you need to listen to Illmatic"?
Yeah. There's only 6 songs, Steve. There's only 6 songs, Steve. Don't worry about it.
Right.
But if you think about it, right, Falcon is more probably like younger than like our age.
He's our age.
Right. So
younger.
He would either tell him to listen to Illmatic. He would have maybe told him to listen to what's the other one? Blueprint. Yo, what if he wrote the Purple Tape?
He would have said Aquamini.
And apparently in different countries the list is different. In the UK, it's the Beatles who are on the list. And in Mexico, Shakira is on the list.
Yeah, I have the DVD where you have the alternate scenes, and they freeze frame the book, and you can see where it's still Trouble Man, but it's other things within other countries for them to be like, oh wow, that's my shit,
Yeah.
All right. Amani says that it would have been a different movie if he had recommended Illmatic. Yo, Falcon would have had the do-rag on flying around.
And nigga would have came to his house with Black Widow. He'd be like, do. It ain't hard to tell. Nah. Come on.
And it looks like there is another. It says head writer and creator of Disney's Marvel Plus and Marvel's Falcon and Winter Soldier is developing a 4th installment of the Captain America film franchise for Marvel Studios. Spellman will co-write and script with Dallin Mousson, a staff writer on Falcon and Winter Soldier. This is from the Heat Vision column within the Hollywood Reporter. So, okay, interesting. And
no, they know they have a hit. They know they have a hit.
Yeah, they know they have a hit, so apparently look for Captain America 4, and it will likely be, I guess, Sam Wilson as Captain America.
Let me
Wow, that's
ask
gonna
you:
be crazy.
Yeah.
Can even he's like the moral guy, right? He's established himself as like Bucky was like, oh, you cap now, you cap now. Can with Downey gone, Thor still around, but with the Guardians and Cap gone, can he lead? Can you put a black Sam? Can Sam lead a new Avengers?
Is interesting.
Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Vision whenever he gets corrected, Spider-Man, the new Black Widow, right? Like, can you? Sam is a great actor. That guy's a great actor. Can he lead? Can he lead another phase?
I don't think they're gonna go that route.
Yeah, they're going like so way bigger.
Sporadic.
I think they're gonna do Young Avengers.
Yeah, they might do Young Avengers. We'll see how well the Eternals movie goes. So those characters might spin off and like take leadership roles. I mean,
What about Shang? I know you've seen the trailer for Shang-Chi.
I did. I liked what I saw. I did.
Okay.
It even the trailer puts Iron Fist to shame. So yeah, so I mean he could, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know what? I realized there is one topic that I wanted to get your opinion about before we go. And that was the new Black Panther petition that's happening.
Yes.
So, there's some people that are saying that we should recast for Black Panther, and some people are totally against it. I don't really know how to feel personally. I don't know.
I know.
I've seen an interview of the guy who started the petition, and I totally feel where he's coming from. I'm like, yeah, Black Panther is bigger than Chadwick Boseman. The importance of that character is bigger than Chadwick Boseman. That character needs to go on and needs to be a part of the MCU so that kids coming up and people who want to get into MCU sees that representation. If you're not going to cast Black Panther because Chadwick was so great and so iconic, which he was, but now you don't get the inclusivity of that character.
Mm-hmm.
You've cut your nose off to spite your face a little, I think. And it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We will be able to deal with it. We will. Trust me, we will.
A good story will outweigh
exactly
the actor.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly. Just the emotions just need to die down, and yeah, exactly. There's just too many good stories that he's involved in, and the character is too important to comic books and the zeitgeist that's going on, and just the culture. He's too important to the culture that.
Right.
I mean, you can even take this on an even different level with like how they're like, we will never cast anyone as Chekhov and ever again. And I'm just like, Star Trek's bigger than Anton. It's bigger than that. It's more important than that.
Yeah.
And Star Trek was about inclusivity, and here you are. You're like, okay, we're never gonna cast that character again. Now you've hamstrung yourself, and your idea of inclusivity goes out the window because now you don't want to you're trying to honor this guy by not having his role recast, and it's just like
terrible.
No, that's not the way. That's not the way to honor the actor.
No.
It's not. It's not.
And I'm sure if Boseman was still alive and he outgrown the character, he would give the mantle up to someone new.
Yeah, and he would have passed it on to someone. Yep.
Yes.
role is too important. The role is too important for it not to be recast. So I'm all for that petition. I'm all for it.
I mean, I hope they don't go out like the sucker route and just leave Black Panther with a mask on for the entire film. Like, like I know a way around it. Like, nah, just recast him.
Recast.
Yes,
they'll get it right. They'll get it right. They'll get it right.
Michael says, with everything that's said, yeah. I mean, yeah, Michael, I agree with you. I think at the end of the day, Marvel will feel relieved that the fans want a new Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do the Illuminati until you establish the Fantastic Four.
Right, exactly. That's gotta come first. You can't do that card.
And the X-Men, but
do you see that happening? Do you see the I mean, of course, we know they're going to go the route of the Fantastic Four, but will it be at the end of this phase or phase 5?
No. Illuminati. I mean, Fantastic Four. They gotta do. They're doing the Secret Invasion first. The Secret Invasion, all that shit. And then they'll do all that.
Yeah, because they're setting up the Skrulls again.
Yeah, Sword.
That sounds like an invasion to me.
Because like I said, they're saying that Sharon is a Skrull.
I
can see that. That would be very interesting.
I can see that.
Man, there's so much stuff that Marvel is doing, man. It's like
they're killing it, y'all. They're killing it. They're killing it.
Did you think? Check it out. When we were kids, I would not have told you that Marvel would have made 25 movies in 10 years.
No, would have never dreamed it. Oh, no. I would have dreamed it, but those movies would have been terrible, canon film type movies.
Yeah.
What was that 21st century film?
Because remember, like in the 70s, like you had the Hulk and Spider-Man and Thor and Daredevil, and they gave those guys lives. Doctor Strange, they gave those people, they tried already. They did try, and it was just the technology wasn't there. You know?
Right.
And now it took those 90s era with the Shadow and the Phantom and Blade and all that shit, and it built up. It took X-Men with the black costumes on and no costumes.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a slow progression. Batman to go get the Batman Nolan to get heavy and people to take this shit serious. It took a slow progression to be like, no, this is let me get this is not black. Let me go deep.
Right.
Let me go deep.
The Secret Invasion is a show, not a movie.
Yeah. So no. Secret Invasion is gonna be that's gonna be
Buzz.
It's gonna be a Captain Marvel 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where it's gonna. Is that where it's gonna start? Right.
It's already brewed. It's already been bred in the first movie, so they're gonna resolve it because it's still the Kree versus the Skrulls.
That's true.
And the Skrulls, even though they're acting like we want to go back to their planet, there's still a couple on Earth that are like, we're trying to with the new Hydra.
Right.
Right. Interesting.
Well, let me preach.
It's gonna be.
Amen, preacher.
Both. It's gonna run through some movies and
resolve. Now, a lot of it, like I said, all the comic book movies have been like built up, and a lot of it's like with Wolverine. All the good ones are guys with their masks off.
Right.
We saw a important episode with Sam talking like a great human being with his mask on.
With his mask on, yes.
That was new.
That was
new.
Yeah.
We never, every time they go deep, it's Steve with his mask off, Spider-Man half mask off, and like I always get mad. I'm like, yo, these dudes, they walk around in the mansions with their masks on, talking about real shit. They don't have their masks on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they gave Sam his moment, his Martin Luther King moment with his mask on, the goggles, like, yo, you need to fucking change the world. And I was like, y'all did it. Y'all y'all did the real. That's real superhero shit.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I was like, yo. It wasn't the Sokovia meetings where they're talking
No,
in the room and everyone
no.
has t-shirts on and shit.
National TV. It was on national TV.
Yes. Yes. Dave, you brought that home, man. And, you know, that's funny you would say preacher because you brought it home like a preacher.
Yo, I'm telling you. I was like, yo, they doing this, yo. They doing this. He has his mask on for the whole shit.
Yep.
You know, so whatever.
He was Captain America.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. He became Captain America at that point.
He was Captain America on.
Did you notice that when John Walker was Captain America throughout the series, he would always refer to himself as Captain America, whereas Steve will refer to himself as Steve?
Steve.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that
You know,
shows that John Walker was not comfortable in that role. He was the mantle. He was not. He was just never comfortable with that mantle.
It's hero. He was hero worshiping. He was hero
right.
worshiping. You know.
Yep. He
but,
was.
But I'll give him props. They gave him his redemption scene when he saved the fucking van.
Truck. Yeah.
You know, it's like, all right, you know, he'll probably be a thunderbolt, but you know, I was like, I wanted to see John Walker at the barbecue.
I don't think I was ready for that.
No. You know, Sam was like, Sam just gave him a nod, like, we good, we cool, we good. But it was like when they were running together to find Carly, I was like, oh shit, this is the team.
I didn't trust him. I didn't trust him. I felt like he was going to turn around and try to do something to the Falcon and get that shield back because he realized his tinfoil hat was whack.
See, I can see down the line where they fight somebody and he's the same way like Bucky and Cap share the shield in fight scenes. Mm-hmm. He and John could be like, yo, John, I know you know how to use this. I know you like this. I'm gonna go use my Falcon shit. And here, take this, fight them. You know, like I you get to a point where I trust you. You redeem yourself, and you know we've been through a lot, and you know you good.
It's gonna get there.
Yeah, because the U.S. agent becomes like a honorable guy when he's in West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, once he West Coast Avengers, he does.
Okay, well, that's here. Well, anyway, everybody, we are gonna get out of here. We got wives, we got jobs, we got kids to feed, and all that other good stuff. We gotta do this again and whatnot. Hopefully, we gotta figure out the next show we can do this for.
Sounds good, like a plan.
All right,
fans. It doesn't have to be a show. It can be something else. It can be
exactly. We'll come up with topics. Definitely.
All right.
We got Loki coming in June, so see what's up. We'll be back before then.
All right. Cool. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.